Hey Flosstube, it's Lori of Mischievous Stitches. It is Sunday, August the 5th, and I am back with a quick video to show you my update on my current project. And, you know, long time no see. It's been about a month since I've popped in for a face-to-face video, and the reason is I just don't have a lot to show. I've just been working on one project. I didn't even go back to my last video to see where I was on this current project in my last video, but here it is. It is Time and Season Sampler by More Blackburn. I'm in love with it. I am stitching this 1/2 on 40 count. Let me get a little closer. I'm currently working right here. I've finished across the top pages 1, 2, and 3, and then I come down and started on page 6, finished page 5, and I'm currently working on page 3 right here. But when I make my Instagram post, I just post, okay, I'm working on page 6, even though 6 is over here, but this is the 6th page I'm working to complete. And I hope tonight, won't finish it today, but I'm hoping before my next start, which will be on Tuesday, I will have a finish on page 6, and I basically have another tree like the tree here. But I am absolutely smitten with this piece. I'm doing something different with this. I've really kind of been experimenting with my stitching this year after attending a Nicola Parkman class earlier in the year. And I learned the pin stitch there, how to start with the pin stitch, how to end with the pin stitch, all on the front of my stitching. And what has happened is I'm stitching a little faster because I'm not flipping back and forth, because before I was always a Q-snap stitcher. And so I'm stitching on a frame. I'm going to show it again. I've showed it in previous videos, but I always get questions. I do stitch in hand, but like I said, I've been doing a lot of experimenting this year. So stitching in hand is new to me as of this year, as well as stitching with the pin stitch. But I'm using this hoop, and of course, this goes over it, all right, to hold the tension on the fabric. But it attaches to, I've got a $9.98 a piece wooden TV stand from Walmart. And I pull it to me on the couch here, and this attaches to it. And this knob adjusts the height of the piece. But I put my piece on here, I never flip it. Unless I get a knot where I can tell. You can tell by the pull of the thread. Maybe it's not pulling as long as it should. You know that there's possibly a knot on the back, which hasn't actually happened very much. But anyway, so I'm actually stitching a little faster, and I'm still working with the way that it looks when I tie the threads off at the front with a pin stitch. Now you won't be able to tell, maybe on some of my Instagram posts, if you look, you zoom in closer. Let me find a piece where I'm talking about. I won't find it now because I'm wanting to. But look at my back. So it's made my backs look, this is my back. You can read it, or I can read the writing from here because it's left to right like it's supposed to be. It's not reversed. But this is my back, and to me, it looks just as good as my front. And it's all because I'm not trailing. Something else I'm doing, where before I would have done this entire border, all the first leg of the cross all the way across, and all the second leg of the cross all the way. I'm stitching as I was taught to stitch with overdyes, and stitching 1x at a time. I do find that my stitching is a little messier than it has looked in the past. But like I said, look at my back. Can you tell a difference from my back and my front? I really love, it's improved the look of my backs. If you look closer, you can tell that it's my back. But I'm stitching one stitch at a time. And I may do another stitch with me video soon because I got a lot of questions on the pin stitch about how I'm stitching, and I may kind of elaborate on that, maybe look up another tag that someone's done in the past and work on that. But primarily this is all I have been working on. I did make a start last month on a piece just so that I could take it to work and work on it, and so it's In Full Glory by Blackburn Designs, and I have all my orts stuck in there from work. But that's it. And this is all I've gotten so far. And I've been working on it, like I said, about a month. Just on my lunch break if I get one. So those are my only 2 projects. So see, if I just did it on my projects, my videos would be extremely short. I did a thread drop video, and thank you all for the kind comments and the tags on Instagram of your thread drops. I am so excited that you guys are excited as me on those thread drops. Please continue to tag me if you make them or are inspired by that tutorial. I actually made a few more today. I have some that I want to send out to some friends, but I made these. So this is using the same tag I showed in the video with just different paper. And I went out and bought a new cutter, and it's a scalloped edge circle, and I just used the other cutters, the 2 circles, size circles that I already had. Lemons. So just different papers. There's no need of me show them all. I think this one's my favorite one. I don't know what it is about pinks and browns and greens that I love so much, but these are some of my favorite colors together. Love olives and antique rose and dark browns. But so I made a few of these, and I have a birthday start coming up that I showed in my last video, and it's called The Fall, and it's by Barbara Ann, and I won't show it to you again. But a couple of you had said that you want to start that with me, and I think that's great. So Laura, I'm excited to start. So I thought I would make a few drops to wind those threads on, because I think I'm going to start using these instead of those plastic bobbin holders. I want to be able to see my threads. So anyway, so there's this. Got a lot of questions, like I said, from the thread drop video about the size of my cutters. Now this is my new one, and this is just the Hobby Lobby brand, and it's a 2.5, and it's actually written on there. It's a size 2.5. And then this is the other one that I had that I made my first drops from, and I did measure the back because a lot of questions were asked about the width of the oval, and from tip to tip it is 2.5 inches too. But that's this. And I will say that this one will cut through my cardstock, but for some reason will not cut through my cardstock with the paper on top, where I had no problem with it. So keep that in mind when you're looking at them, because like I said, I've had no issues with this one, which is, where's the brim? Would you see that? But this one I've had a little bit of trouble with. And I got in a mood a few weeks ago. I made a lot of the tags sitting in here one day, just so I've got a lot of drops, and these tags here are blank with no holes, and just so I can write project names and things on them. But I'm just, like I said, I'm just really enjoying this. But this is the last circular, not circular, oval shape that I was allowed to cut before the cutter started acting up. What else? I did find cutters on 1-2-3 Stitch. So when you order your next pattern and you want to make some thread drops, just remember that 1-2-3 Stitch, you can put a cutter in that basket so your pattern doesn't travel alone. Just a thought. When I got on there and looked, there were ovals, there were circles, and they were marked down to like $9.88 on sale, and I looked about a week ago, so know that they're there. Talking talking about 1, 2, 3 stitch, if you look at them on Sunday evening, every week they have a designer in their patterns on sale. And I've really been taking advantage of that lately, and hopefully inspiring some friends that have the same taste in designers. So I'm going to show you my haul. And this isn't all from 1, 2, 3. And some of these are patterns that, you know, rode along with the ones I really wanted. And so hold on. I don't even know what I've shown you in the last video to this one. Did any of you go back and look and see or watch your videos from the past? I don't. Alright, so Kitten Stitcher has her own web shop. I think I love everything there if I don't already own it. So she's telling us that she's dyeing her own threads, and she has You and I and Friends. And if you remember, I finished a beautiful You and I and Friends piece earlier this year that had lots of specialty stitches that I'd never used before, and I had the best time stitching that. So I bought 2 more, and this is Let Virtue Reside, You and I and Friends, and Liberty Days. I love these. Now, am I going to stitch them? That's not the point. That is not the point. I also could not pass up some of Teresa's fabrics. Look at that. This one is called Some Brown. It's a 40 count. Thought it would be great for a future sampler. And I love that she attached it with a rusty pin and used a punch to label her fabric with. So if you've not went over and took a look at her website, and I noticed yesterday she had lots and lots of new hand-dyed fabrics by her. But I'm waiting. I had to look this morning because I'm waiting for the zine to come out. I'm so excited for her e-magazine, so I can't wait to see it. I'm sure if I don't get it in the next day or so, that when you guys get it, someone's going to do a review of it. But anyway, so I've got that. And while getting that, I also got this. And this is a Jeanette Douglas. But this is the Bargello stitch. And it's used to silk. And then you've got the Shaker Box by Lone Elm Designs. And I looked them up, and I think they're about $35 or either $45. I love the look of the Bargello stitch, but it's not something I've used a lot, so I'm looking forward to trying something new and having something beautiful when I'm done. So I got this. And the rest is, no, I've got another Teresa piece. This is S. Ward, A Little Rag. I know you all have seen this on Instagram, on Teresa's YouTube videos, on many others' videos. I really love how this is finished. You know, you see my walls behind me. It's interesting to find a different type of finish other than just a pillow or a frame piece. And I love that this is just finished, as she says, like a little rag. It has the buttons attached and the hemmed edges. I've never done that before. I'm sure I can figure it out, and I look forward to doing that. And I have an eBay find, and this was before Teresa put the You and I and Friends on her site. So I bought this one. This is the House on Hollyhock Hill, and it's a You and I in their old packaging. And I got this one because I love those colors. You see my favorite colors in there? Pink, brown, and olive green. So you know this just pulled all over my bill. Love it, love it. So a couple of weeks ago, the Nebby Needle was the designer on sale that week with 1, 2, 3 Stitch. And I had seen this piece stitched up when I visited. I think it's cross stitch Crafts and Country Crafts. It's the shop in Johnson City, Tennessee. And they had this stitched and on the counter as a model while we were there. And I loved it. And I didn't buy it. I contemplated it. And then when I saw this that week for sale on 123, I said, it's meant to be. And it says, and he shall reign forever and ever, King of kings and Lord of lords. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And I did learn this morning in church that anywhere you have L like that in a word, pretty much is specific. It means it's a word specific to praise, the praise of God. So, didn't know that. I'm going to have to look it up some more. But I did buy a piece of 36 count Abecedarian linen to stitch that on. I haven't pulled the threads. It says it uses Week Style Works Baked Apple. I'm not sure if I'm going to go darker or for a more rich red or lighter like a Christmas red. But I don't have to think about that right now because just having it, that's the point, right? Not when I'm going to stitch it. And then, I don't even know what I have in some of these. Okay, oh, I'm waiting on my pattern. I bought 40 count straw flower linen for a Queenstown sampler piece that is on its way to me. It was back ordered. And it has a huge house on it. And it's just absolutely amazing. And I have the fabric. And I just want you to see the fabric. It's like, has like a peach tinge to it. Now I will say the sun was shining very bright. And I don't know if you can hear the thunder. But we do get thunderstorms about this time every evening because the heat is so hot. Doesn't mean it's going to rain. It's just a thunderstorm. But I think we're going to get some rain because it got dark awful quick. So I apologize for the lighting. So let me see if I can hold my... I don't know if that's going to help. It looks better without the lighting, but it's still not true to color. But this is straw flower linen 40 count. And it's a lakeside. And that's going to be for that piece when it comes in. And I don't think I own a single Queenstown sampler. I've just been turned on to samplers within the past 2 or 3 years, so I have a lot. I just don't have any Queenstown. And today I was looking at needlework press pieces. Those are some beautiful pieces. And in another recent video I watched, it may have been Teresa again. I seem to talk about her a lot in my videos. See how much you inspire me, Teresa? I believe she was talking about Plum Street samplers with her reproduction samplers. Yes, she was showing some of her whips. And we all are very familiar, most of us, with Paulette Stewart's designs and how beautiful they are. But I've not really given didn't realize she was doing reproductions, or they've not caught my eye. Teresa mentions them along with showing a beautiful one, and I had to go check them out. So, more haul to come, I'm sure. So that's my new fabric. And I got a couple things from Jen. I really like these Lizzie Kate's, the little stockings, and the religious sentiments on one of them, and I've never finished anything like that. I'm sure I can do it. But maybe future Christmas ornaments. And this one. I've admired this one for a while. But I will have a start this week on Tuesday. I showed this on Instagram. And I will be stitching along with Dawn, I think it's Dawn USA, on Instagram, along with Olivia B. And it's Cooper by Kathy Barrick. 123 had a sale on Kathy Barrick Designs one week, and I ordered Cooper along with the fabric. I do not believe this is the fabric that the pattern calls for. This is a piece of linen. It may be. Let me look. Yes, it is. It does call for wren. So here's the wren fabric, and I made thread drops. And I put my threads on the thread drops. And I'm in love. Look at that. I love a rich, deep color like these. Oh my goodness. I'm petting them. I'm petting my threads. Now look at it up next to the fabric. Making my mouth water. Love it. So I look forward to starting this on Tuesday with those two awesome ladies. What else am I going on about? Let's see. I did get an idea, and I bought some really cheap glasses this week from the $1 store. I used to have these readers that I bought just because they were funky, and they had rhinestones on the bottom edge of them. And I remember in the maybe early 70s, mid 70s, my grandmother had a pair of black rimmed glasses that had gemstones on the corners. They were like cat eye shaped and had gemstones on the corner. Well, the glasses, the readers I had them just on the bottom, and then the glasses themselves were painted just on the bottom in a metallic paint, and then the gemstones put over them. So guess who bought some reader glasses? Some metallic paint and some gemstones. Just because, why not? Why not be funky? It's just plain fun. So I haven't done them yet. Let me grab the glasses. So they're $1. They're just, I think they're 1.25 strength. And I'm going to put gemstones right here. And I bought these. Aren't these cute? And then I bought these because they didn't have any plain black ones. And I'm not sure that I bought the smallest rhinestones I could get. And I'm not sure that they're going to fit right there just right. But when time comes, I'll figure that out. And what else do I have? I think that's it. Not much to say. Not much to show. I do want to make another shout out, and that's to Cretia of Cretia Crafts on learning her ABCs. Girl, I'm so proud of you. I'm waiting for you to sing the song. And I would love to hear it. I've been watching a lot on the way to work, watching new Flosstubers, watching some of my favorites. You girls and guys inspire me every day. To give you something to see, to make so that I can make a video and chat with you. I just want you show, the comments you leave, the other crafts that you do in addition to the cross stitch. I'm inspired every day by what I watch. So keep up the good job. I hope everyone has a great week. I can't wait to see what you all have been up to on Instagram and Facebook. So until next time, have a wonderful week. Hugs and stitches, everyone. Bye-bye.